Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Valkyrie Flight. I'm your host, Bazag. I'm the GM, and let's just jump right into introducing our players. We have our captain.
Hey everybody, I'm everybody's favorite Captain 10, played by Icon. Woo!
Let's jump to our CMO.
I am Dr. Kalani Jar, played by Skyship.
Our science officer.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Lasantha Zareth, played by Buckorme.
And our tactical officer.
Just to buck the trend of how people are introducing themselves, I'm Phoenix Blue, and I am playing Lieutenant Commander Safan.
Swapping the person and the character around, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last but definitely not least, our ball of fur.
Hi, I'm playing Lieutenant Commander Mazaka, and you don't care who I am.
Oh,
Oh,
He's the chief engineer, just so that everyone. So welcome to this Star Trek Adventures live show. Well, it's not live as such, but you know we're recorded and we're recording live, so it's technically live. So I will call it live anyway. Yes.
That's not how live works.
That's not really how live works, but it's there's
I've got
no
cross-eyed.
editing. There is very little editing, because I can't be bothered. But so yeah, let's jump into the episode. Just to recap what happened last episode. The crew had some interactions. Lieutenant Commander Safan had some stress treatments with the doctor, who informed him about some of the doctor's past with Dr. Vren, who was doing some experimentation on some electrical life forms in a crystal that they found on a colonization survey, and resulted in basically everyone getting knocked out unconscious and disrupted by the energy life forms being inside them. So that was fun. He's being charged and found guilty of numerous crimes, and so that's all sorted. There is been a spate of injuries and malfunctions on the deck of the Valkyrie, as started off with an ensign getting practicing very poor work health and safety, and some further scientific experimentation surveying done on a planet. Unfortunately, that was or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, the Valkyrie got called into a diplomatic event, the opening of a new industrial fabrication on a new salt unit on New Sol. And as these things go, it didn't last long until something happened, and this something was a series of tractor beams that opened a gateway through this shell of asteroids that surround the inner planets of this system. Started throwing asteroids at relatively high speeds towards the planet, and so now the crew of the Valkyrie is basically rushing to catch up. So we now find them on the bridge. A series of other diplomatic vessels, basically captain yachts, have collectively worked together to tractor one of the asteroids. The Valkyrie's got another, but there's still more coming in the system. So we've got this one here, and there's probably more coming. So we're going to jump right into, because this is a new scene, reduce the momentum from 3 to 2, and we're in the middle of combat. So with asteroids. So yeah, that's just happened. So what
so
does
that
it-
happened.
So what does the crew of the Valkyrie want to do? Who wants to do the first thing?
All right, so are we still on the planet? Or are we beaming up to the ship?
I'm going to say you've beamed up to the ship.
Alrighty.
I guess my first question is, Captain, do you want me to start getting ready to assist you in this battle, or do you want me to start putting together a team to go over to the tractor beam emitters and deal with that shit?
I'd say put a team together. For the time being, we seem to be dealing with just asteroids, so unless something changes, yeah, we probably won't need you too much.
Okay, I'm pulling myself out of the rounds of combat then.
Okay. So you still have 5 people can go at kind of thing, but
Captain, we may be able to use the asteroids in our tractor beams to block the incoming asteroids.
Can you pull out the trajectory? We don't want to end up not ping. We don't want to end up pool balling one of them directly back into orbit around the planet.
No, indeed. If we set them into collision courses with one another, it may take care of 2 birds with 1 stone. And the impact from an asteroid is likely to do more than even our quantum torpedoes could.
Yeah, no. If we can get that set up, let's get it done.
okay, just so you know, as the information is coming in, these are not huge. They're going to do small scale damage if they hit the planet, but they do seem to be moving fast and fairly rapidly because there seems to be one coming at a pretty quick rate of new threats being generated. So that's what you're facing currently.
Is it possible to destroy the smaller ones with phasers, perhaps with a spread?
If you want to do a scan.
Science officer.
I will do a scan.
If we can activate like some kind of point phasers and just start, pew-pewing them.
But knowing their mineral composition will help us determine whether phasers or torpedoes will even be effective.
Exactly.
Is this a reason science roll?
This will be a reason science. It'll be typically one.
All right. Will my astrometrics or observation or molecular analysis focus come into it?
I'm going to say molecular analysis will come in as you're basically analyzing the makeup of the asteroid to see if they're destroyable.
And what is the ship rolling?
The ship will be rolling sensors.
Science?
Science, yes. I was tossing up between science and engineering, but I'll say...
All right.
Is it cool if I take one for cautious just to see if it can build us momentum?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 momentum spent.
Who's coordinating evacuation down on the surface?
Me.
Yeah, go for it.
So there's, you're basically tasked with dealing with this. I mean, there are other, like, the Commander Kylus and other Federation officials are looking after that. So
Yeah, are we still the senior-most Starfleet vessel within the system?
Yes.
Okay.
You're basically the only Federation starship here. There are small, like, shuttlecraft-sized things, but you're basically the planet's only real defense.
We're it.
Do those vessels have tractor beams as well?
So
They do, but they're pretty weak.
Yeah, they're pretty weak. So all 3 of them are working on one asteroid that have been collected.
Those are the civilian ships. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought those were our runabouts.
No, those are yachts.
Yeah, those are space yachts.
Yeah.
Basically.
In that case, Captain, I recommend we deploy our runabouts.
I'm keeping one aside for the team
For the
that's
away
gonna go.
team, absolutely, yeah.
We only have one other.
Yeah.
All right. So for the
shoot.
information, these are they're mineral rich, but they're not. they're going to be easily destroyable by phasers and torpedoes. So at this size, they're not going to be. It's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
I need to run about. Looks like we can do just a purely with firepower for most of these.
Then for my free question, does anyone have anything they would like to know?
Can you plot out the average trajectory of these asteroids? See where they're coming from. If there's any pattern of it's like from this bunch and then from this location, and it's like a line.
Is that a thing I can determine?
Alright, so as part of the shell, as you pass me, you know that there's a series of 6 tractor beams that mark the edge of the system. They're sort of like in a swirl, in a corkscrew kind of configuration, so that as they go down through those through the path, the tunnel, the pathway, they're at a different angle around it. So to try and get the best mix of placement and just to cover as many angles as possible. All 6 of them are seemingly throwing asteroids. So that's part of the reason why it's so fast, and they're able to get as quick as they are, is because all 6 are basically working together. So it's just directly around that section of the map of the system. There's going to be a bit of variability, but they're all generally taking the same line.
Yeah, but if we don't deal with this fast, they're going to overwhelm us just from sheer numbers.
Yeah, we need to get that runabout going. Does anyone know if these tractor beam networks have any kind of like command structure? I mean, like some kind of like actual kind of like not quite a base. Is it like a lead transport structure, or is it just a
Give me a insight command.
Oh boy, gotta get some assistance from this.
Yeah, can I assist with from a tactical standpoint?
Yeah, give me a reason security assist.
Okay, reason security coming up.
Insight command. Oh boy, I need to start taking some more command talents. Guard momentum.
Well, there's one from the assist.
So you're taking 1 momentum? Yep.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I took 1 momentum.
Okay, yep. So you're able to...
What was our difficulty on that?
The difficulty was going to be 2. So
okay.
Nice.
5. You're at 5 momentum. So there isn't any single command. They're all acting on their own AI programming. So for all of them to be acting in this coordinated manner, there's something very fishy going on.
Of course.
Sounds like we're ready to do some in-home IT. Yeah, no, let's engage these asteroids. Let's start off with the one that's being hauled off by the yachts, so we can get them out of danger.
I'll hail the yachts and tell them to get some distance from the asteroid. Don't want them getting hit by debris.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that's.
If I can do that as a minor action.
Yeah, just give me a command presence roll, just
Okay.
or presence science actually.
I like the command presence better, but okay.
Command presence will work. You can do that.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, so
nice.
That was a difficulty 1, so you get the last free momentum.
Whew.
And
all civilian vessels, please stand clear.
Yes. So they disengage their tractor beams. The asteroid is just naturally moving according to the gravity of the situation, and they all start backing away.
Phasers, torpedoes ready on your mark, Captain.
Phasers. Let's see how effective phasers are first, and if we need to, we'll switch to torpedoes.
Aye, aye. Firing phasers.
Okay, give me a weapons control security and a weapon security from the Valkyrie.
Who wants to roll for the ship?
You should do it. You're the captain.
Okay, I will do it.
I'm going to take a momentum for the roll.
Okay.
Please do. Alrighty, ship's finally get to do some pew pews.
Oh.
God damn. 1 dice.
Okay, so that
Ship can pew pew.
that was a difficulty 2 check. So you
So
have
we're rolling phasers now, right?
yes. So you have two momentum that you can't
3.
save at the moment.
3.
Yeah. That's 4. That's 5. Yeah, difficulty 2. 3 momentum.
So yeah, so you had 5. There was 1. You were down 1 momentum, so I put that in your momentum.
We're
pool.
maxed. And
Yeah,
I'm going to
basically.
spend some of our bonus momentum for piercing to lower the resistance by 2.
Okay.
Okay, you want to roll for damage on the weapons?
Yeah, roll for damage.
Who's doing that?
You can. You're fired.
Don't mind if I do. Phasers.
Okay.
Woo!
Yes. That asteroid.
Did we declare what we're doing for them? The versatile. You could do us quite a number of things with phasers.
I did. Yeah, I did declare that I was lowering their resistance.
Okay.
You
So
also
piercing.
have another 2 on top of that, so 4. But you really don't need it because
There's nothing else I could do with it.
yeah.
Honestly.
Well, you could do. I mean, there's red anyway because that's on there. You could do more damage.
Yeah, we're gonna do
But
spread at some
anyway,
point.
it's destroyed. It's as the phase strikes it, it shatters into a lot of tiny micro asteroids. They start expanding and starting the shields of the yachts, but even the basic shields that they have don't. They take very little. They take no damage from an exploding
It's
asteroid.
dust.
It's pretty much just lots and lots of pebbles at this point.
All right. So considering the asteroid we're towing, can we fling that into the sun? Just to get it out of the way.
Okay.
We call this the Superman maneuver.
Give me a control. I'm gonna say security.
I'm gonna direct Stefan to do that so I can assist him.
Okay. So
Oh, and if
it'll
it's
be
going to be control security, I know a guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I can tell him to do that so I can assist him using command presence.
Okay. So do a Stefan do a control security. Ted do a command presence, and the Valkyrie will do structure security.
You
Okay,
can
I'm going to take a momentum again.
Go for it.
All right, here goes.
Boom.
Okay. You have 2 free
Oh, who's rolling for
momentum.
the ship?
Oh,
that we
what was
need
it for the ship?
Let's not because
security.
we don't want to risk a complication right now.
You
Okay, that's
you still need to roll it though. You still need to roll it.
All right.
A structure security.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit.
So that's 4 momentum. So you can create some kind of advantage with this. So what do you want to do with the asteroid that'll benefit you in some way?
Can we aim it toward one of the emitters?
No, we don't want to damage them because they're still keeping the field up.
Yeah, true.
Is it
Although
possible to
they
fling
might-
it towards another asteroid, a larger one? Maybe use a slingshot effect to knock it off, of course.
All right. So you want to try and hit this other asteroid down here?
Yeah, one of the bigger ones.
Yep. So that's the closest one. All right. So what I'm going to say is that you've set it on you basically use a tractor beam to fling it around, and it starts going that way, and everything you're seeing it'll collide with this other one. And
Yeah, like what it should do is go. Woo, dunk.
Yeah. Yeah, just bonk it back into the asteroid field, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all you're reading in terms of the prediction of the trajectory once the collision happens is that it'll go out.
Leave it on a
It'll go out that way.
force out of the system. Yeah.
Yeah. I am extremely versed on slingshot effects in terms of stars and stellar bodies.
Alright, so that's tractor beam's now gone, and that's one action down. The rest of these asteroids are going to be moving. That one moves. And another one is made.
Daddy, how are baby asteroids made?
And I would assume by this point that I've managed to get my team together. because-
So you take a round and you get everything together.
I'm gonna need a pilot here who isn't me because I need to get on board that damn thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so you can pull one of the staff. I'm not going to say it's
I'm not taking
support staff, quote unquote. I'm just going to say this is a guy with set stats that I will control as an NPC.
Yeah,
Okay.
take like an engineering team, but also take at least as one security officer just in case there's something hinky on board one of the stations.
Oh hell yeah! I'm taking security guys with me. I'm not
Yeah.
taking one. I'm taking 3.
Okay.
Safan would make you.
Should I go, or do you want me here?
I could actually use you. I think.
All right.
Yeah, if you want to go for it.
All right.
Commander Sareth, I could use you on this away mission.
Absolutely.
Go.
And I run to the shuttle bay.
Okay, so which shuttle are you guys getting on?
We're gonna take runabout Irma.
Okay, what loadout does the Irma have currently?
Well, she had when we had her back in the pilot episode, but because the sheets changed since then, she was set up for the weapons loadout.
Do like cargo or personnel, weapons, or I think there
Weapons. She was set up for weapons.
So still weapons.
Still weapons.
Okay.
The team I'm taking over is going to fit cramped in there, but it's basically, yeah, I need all these torpedoes in case of
Reasons.
asteroid reasons.
Okay, so give me. I will roll. You gain everyone there, and I'll roll for the pilot.
Okay,
and someone can roll for the ammo.
I'll do it.
Be advised, Irma, we're not going to be able to give you any backup in terms of avoiding the asteroids. We're going to be focused entirely on keeping new stars safe.
Understood, Captain. All right, and then engines con, I take it?
Yeah, engine's gone for the assist.
Well,
You
damn it,
rolled.
Irma.
Everyone rolled really poorly that time, so you sort of get confused. You make a bit of progress, but sort of you start going the wrong way before you realize that, oh, hang on, we're actually meant to be going this way. But that's you make some progress this round.
Nice.
But not.
And I make a mental note, next time I'm taking Alvarado for this.
You know, Alvarado's white knuckling it on the bridge.
All right. So, do you want the Valkyrie to move, or are you?
What do you think, guys? Want to get closer to the asteroids, or do you want to stay in closer orbit than your star?
Moving in closer to the asteroids would give us less reaction time.
The thing is, I'm worried about asteroids coming from different points of origin.
As far as you know, the only place where the asteroids are coming from are from those tractor beams right now.
If that does happen, we could deploy the other runabout to use its tractor beams and slow the asteroids down or attempt to destroy them.
All right, yeah, get the other runabout and stand by. Have it load up on some dumb torpedoes, just in case it needs it. Yeah, no, let's head towards the other asteroids. the incoming asteroids.
Okay, so you make your way. Actually, you're faster than the shuttlecraft at this point.
There we are.
It's literally, I'm just imagining Alvarado just like skimming the runabout and going, "What the hell, guys?"
Part of the Zareth is just like, I could have offered to try.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so that is that's the last bit of movement. So the asteroids continue moving, and these asteroids actually collide.
Excellent.
These guys are moving forward. There isn't a new one being created just yet. So you've got a bit of...
All right, are we back in the next round of combat?
Back in the next round of combat.
All right, Mr. Stefan, you know what to do.
Targeting asteroid number 2 for a phaser strike.
Who wants the ship?
And Baz, I'm going to spend a momentum.
Yep.
I'll roll for the ship. What is it for the ship?
Weapons
It's security weapons. Yeah. Nice.
And you get your momentum back. But no extra momentum. All right, but you do have two.
Well, sure we do,
momentum
because
spends.
it was a difficulty 2, right?
Yeah, you got it back. You spent one, you got one back.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you
Never mind.
roll damage.
All right, rolling damage.
You want to reroll that a little bit?
You've got versatile too, so you do have 2 momentum that you can spend just for this shooty.
Let's see. Yeah, because that's out of 9 effect dice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So reroll
1, 2, 3,
4.
4, 5. You could reroll 4.
Yeah, let's do that.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's hell.
Wow.
So, kablooey.
Kablooey. That definitely goes kablooey.
Asteroid neutralized, Captain.
Good work. Keep an eye on those 2 that we had a collision course with, or that we caused to have
2
a
that
collision
just
course.
collided?
Yeah, I want to make sure that they don't end up somewhere unfortunate.
All right. So do you...
What did happen to those?
So
They just collided.
They've just
Yeah.
literally collided. So while the simulations say they're going to go out, but you haven't actually seen what way they're going just yet.
They just had their meet cute. Now we're waiting for the next part of the movie.
Okay, so are you guys going to move from there?
Do you guys want to shoot the other one, or do you want the runabout to shoot while we're moving, or what?
I'd say the runabout should probably keep focused entirely on getting to one of the stations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now that those asteroids are out of the way...
Captain's like, I saw them drive. I don't want them firing phasers.
I'd be firing, not some nameless dude.
Imzaka, the pills kicked in by now, right? Just want to make sure.
Oh hell yeah!
All
He's
right.
got a hell of a headache, but he's sober.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll for this part this time, but you do get to about the orbit of about there before for this turn. The Valkyrie can still move if it wants to.
Yeah, let's try get over here.
Okay.
Put yourself in the danger zone.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All
Archer.
right, so it's now the asteroid's turn as a new round starts, and they're going that way.
They're going to fire their torpedoes. Wait, what?
I knew it!
We are the Fabrini, and it's time for our revenge.
Okay, quick question. Is the Valkyrie in the way of the asteroid to New Saw?
No, we're just we're on the path, but we're like I want to say a good kilometer or 2 up.
Yeah, space
Okay.
is very, very large.
Yeah, I that's why I wanted to clarify just exactly. So it passes basically right underneath you.
Knock it out of the sky.
But there is a new one formed. New one being flung out.
I believe the human phrase is swinging for the fences, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a momentum.
Okay.
Go for it. I'll grab the ship.
Yep. Someone
Okay.
roll for the ship.
Weapons, security, pew pew.
All the pews.
Okay, you get.
Another
Oh, the
from
pews.
Valkyrie, nice.
All right.
We're finally doing what she's meant to do. Kick some ass.
Basically. I mean,
Okay.
only asteroids, but still.
So roll damage.
It's completely guilt-free. Not bad.
4, 5, 7. Yeah, no. 8 damage.
And you still got that, 2 extra momentum you can spend for
Yes.
extra
So
damage.
you've got basically 4 momentum you can spend.
5, 6. Let's what? Out of 8 dice,
Out of 9, I think.
you can re-roll 3 if you wanted.
So reroll
Yeah, sure, I'll do
3.
that.
Say use a couple for reduce resistance and yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that clearly didn't work.
Yeah, there we go.
Nope.
So you've got one more.
I guess that's what we're getting. Okay.
You still got plenty of rerolls, so if you want to do another one.
Yeah,
No.
well, more.
I mean, isn't the thing destroyed at this point?
Maybe, maybe not.
I will. I would think so.
Yeah, it is, but just.
Okay, yeah. Now let's blow it up.
All right, so that is now exploded. So that's the shuttle. Is the Valkyrie going to move?
No. I think we're far enough.
Do you
Yeah.
want to
If-
spend?
Captain, I am concerned about the tractor beams trying to grab our runabout.
That is a concern, but again, we need to worry about if these asteroids start moving somewhere else.
And besides,
Sure.
that's my concern.
Yeah, there are 5 other emitters, and we did tell the runabout that she would be on her own for this time.
Indeed.
Which is I want to protect our crew. We got to keep New Star first.
So what you can do, you can also spend 2 momentum to get another action. So, Savan, if you want to use 2 momentum to strike at the newly created asteroid, you can.
What's the range on that?
It's a medium range.
Okay,
And I'm definitely going to say this is medium range. So,
then let's do that then.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll take another momentum here.
okay, so we're down to
Because the
3 momentum then.
Double it.
It's the 2 momentum to do the action, 1 momentum for die.
Gotcha. Okay, right. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, that's what happens. Cometh and goeth. Who wants to roll for the ship?
Weapon security go.
Weapon
Yes.
security again.
Nice.
Okay, you get 1 momentum back.
All right, Safan, kill that sucker.
Okay, I will roll damage, and I'll spend the bonus momentum from the versatile effect to lower resistance.
Okay, so
Okay.
both, yep.
It costs 1 to do that, and 1 to re-roll, so I'm keeping the other bonus momentum.
Okay.
Reroll.
So that I can roll more dice.
So another four dice.
Yeah.
Okay, that is enough.
Whew.
I mean, you did 10 damage in 1 roll, so
3, 4, 5, 6.
once
7,
again,
8, 9, 10.
the last asteroid just disintegrates before you in that usual traditional like Star Trek fashion, where it's actually like internal explosion, but it's
That model went up good.
yeah, it blew up very dramatically. So and
It imploded with a high level of efficiency, Captain.
All right, so all right, so I'm going to say last movement for the shuttlecraft to be within transporter range of one of the tractor beam units.
Put on the EVA suit.
Yep.
Are you? Okay, for space, if you're going to EVA, give me.
No, they're going EVA suits because they have no idea what the atmospheric conditions of the inside of the tractor beam.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, we're not spacewalking.
okay,
I am not suffocating in an alien satellite. Okay.
So these are Federation satellite tractor beams, and there is a minimal life support system functioning. But
wait, they're Federation tractor beam emitters? I thought the tractor beam emitters were alien.
Yeah, you described them as alien. Like this was part of an alien.
Oops, we revealed the plot detail too early.
So my intention was for them to be Federation, so my mistake.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I thought like this is a weird phenomenon that we were still studying because it's the Shackleton expansion. Shit's weird.
No, like these were placed in by the Federation to actually gain entrance to the system. So
okay. Okay,
that's interesting because they were there the first time we arrived at the system.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like,
let me. So when like that was basically the first thing that the Federation did when they arrived at the system before they even put the So the Federation had already arrived. The Sword had already arrived.
Okay, so we weren't the first in the system.
You weren't the first in the system.
Okay, yeah. So I'm guessing the emitters here at the doorway are Federation, but the other emitters inside the field are not?
I think they're all in the doorway.
They're all in the doorway. So they're basically a corkscrew around the edge of the shell. The inner part of the shell.
It's like making a door.
Okay, well then, so we have no idea how this shell formed then.
Yeah, that's different phenomenon then.
So, okay, all right. Because I thought the transport emitters were what was keeping the shell going.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
We will find out for sure.
I'm still going over in an EV suit just in case if someone fucked with the tractor beam.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't know who's gonna.
If the tractor beam is malfunctioning, who knows what else is malfunctioning?
Plus, they give us armor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't know if they left those surprises in there.
I need to go look up what how much armor they actually give. But yeah, no, we're gonna beam over.
Non-zero.
All right. So Mzaka, can you do a transporter control engineering check for me?
Well, no, because I'm going over. There's an NPC doing that.
So you can do it and have it timed, or you can have an NPC do it. I'll leave that up.
I'm having an NPC do it because I'm getting everyone ready to not die.
Okay then. Then the NPC.
Not dying is good.
The NPC will roll. Someone can roll for the Irma.
The Irma?
Is that computers engineering?
I'm gonna say computers engineering for the Irma.
Yep, it's computers engineering.
Okay.
Oh, we're all dead.
So who wants to re-roll?
Yeah, spend 2 momentum, please, to have that NPC please re-roll.
Yeah.
So you can
because they're difficulty 2 checks, so we need to have a re-roll.
I'm just trying to think. I don't think there's a way to use momentum to re-roll. Can you check?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you spend 2 momentum.
Spend 2 momentum, you can re-roll anything.
Okay. Then you're going to re-roll the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're kind of happy with the 3.
Yeah, we're happy with the 3.
Especially if he has a focus. Well,
it's not a complication.
Okay.
If he has a focus, then it's a success.
It's just a random NPC. It doesn't have a focus.
Yeah, they don't get focuses, which means the transport was unsuccessful.
The transporter is at least somewhat successful.
There's only one person make it?
You get inside.
That's not good.
You get inside the small station, but you're about a meter off the ground.
Ah!
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Can each of you just roll two? I'll roll 2 challenge dice and let's tell what damage you get. So
2 challenge dice.
It came up. I put in 2, and it came up that many.
yeah. So
There it is.
no, I rolled it. So everyone take 2.
Everyone take 2. Okay.
It takes 2, baby.
Two stress.
2
Yeah.
stress.
Okay.
But don't forget the resistance from your suits.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. They are resistance 1.
So 1 stress.
So you, 1 stress is taken there by everyone.
that's pretty stressful.
You're just a bit sore, as in you didn't expect to. You've transported down before. You didn't expect to be in the air, so it was a sudden and just.
But really,
minor-
who does?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shock and shock more than any real damage.
Immediately tricorder out.
Same.
Okay, Thesaurus, could you give me a reason science and Mzaka a reason engineering? 2 different checks, both difficulty 2 though.
I will take a momentum for cautious if that is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Do any of my focuses apply?
Computers will apply.
Okay.
Do any of mine apply? I don't think so necessarily, unless survival or observation applies.
I'm gonna say no.
And I got us some momentum.
Okay. Yep. So.
Oh, thank God for cautious.
Yep.
Okay. Reroll.
Yeah.
And you get another momentum. So, what's for Mzaka's role? What he is able to find, there is. He gets to the computer and he scans, and he's able to determine that. Hang on, there was some recent remote activity to this system. See, a small data packet had been received by the computer system that seemed to have triggered all this to happen. You don't know when the programming was put in there, but it's the program was in there and then triggered at a specific point.
Okay, so can I try and partition it off?
So that'll be a different check.
Okay.
You may also want to dump all the recent transmissions so we can comb through them later.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to partition it off first so that we stop it from flinging things. Then I can try and download what happened here.
Priorities, yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far
Worst case scenario, I have to go and restore from protected backups, but that means we lose all the data. So yeah.
Okay. So what specifically are you looking for with your science scan, Thesaurus? Anything in particular, or?
I want to see if there's any biosignatures anywhere aside from us, any trace of anyone having been in here recently.
Yeah, how big is the station?
It is fairly small. It's basically there to maintain and run the tractor beam. It's basically just a computer terminal, engine, and the tractor emitter.
So like a
it's
couple
meant
of
to be
rooms mostly?
completely automated then.
Yeah.
It's completely automated, but there is a console for configuration and all that kind of stuff.
You know what? Here's my mental image of it. It's that satellite from the Stowe mission Coliseum that ensnared the player ship.
It's a much smaller version of that. That one was big. This one is much smaller. As far as your reading, you're not getting any signs of of any beaming, any residue, any energy. You don't believe that anyone was actually here recently.
No one left their greasy handprints all over the Alcars.
No, at least not within the past.
While. We'll go with while.
Past week, I'm going to say.
Okay.
140 hours.
Well, whatever happened, it seemed to have been done so remotely.
There's also the idea that it was done on a different station.
Well, let's first try and figure out what happened on this one.
Oh yeah.
All right, so give me a difficulty 3 check. Give me reason engineering with computers focus.
Okay. So it was difficulty 3?
Difficulty 3.
I'm taking a momentum for an extra die. This is me trying to partition the system first.
Okay.
I was going to ask if I could assist, but I probably would just mess things up, so...
You would not.
You would not. I mean, you're a science officer. You have programming skills.
That's fair.
Do you want to assist?
If you want to assist...
May I assist?
Give me an insight science.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is this one dice as an assist?
Just 1 dice, yes.
Yeah, I was spending 2 to re-roll that shit.
I'll just wait for what Thesareth comes up with.
Yeah.
Before deciding.
Yeah, please. Please crit stuff. Yeah! Yes!
Nice.
Yes! Summon those crits.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay your observation focus because that was, I think you used your focus on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, you're able to but basically you just get a snapshot of the data in the system as it is right at this moment. So you've basically got a full forensic backup that you can analyze later if you so desire.
So of the whole system.
Of the whole system.
Okay, restoring from backups now.
All right.
You don't want to find out where whatever.
We got the back. It's on your tricorder.
All right.
All right. So
It looks like you're trying to restore from backups. Would you like any help with that?
All right. Just give me your difficulty 1 check to see if you can successfully navigate yourself around.
Is that reason engineering
Reason
or control
engineering. Reason.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna need an extra momentum.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
at all.
Okay.
Definitely not.
So you're
Actually
back
got
up
some
to
back. Nice.
max momentum, and you reset that particular tractor beam.
Well, I'm. Can I go ahead then and spend 2 momentum to change the narrative, so that I then set it to tell the other ones to go update and restore from backup?
Okay, well that's
Like a network link. Yeah.
That's what I'll allow you to use your momentum that you created to create that advantage. So
Yes.
Yay!
So you still have full momentum, but you forced a system refresh on all 6 of the tractor beams, and
Windows update now. Been 200 years. Why did this thing not update itself?
Just smacking the side of the console.
and as you're looking at the data, everything seems to be back to normal. It's operating, and what you're reading from the LCAR seems to be exactly what you'd expect to see.
Commander, did that seem too easy?
Definitely. So I turn to Zeros and I go, we need to analyze that data immediately.
Agreed.
Oh, and
That's all.
by the way, these asteroids have merged back with a shell by now. Yeah, they're
Mazoka
gone.
to Valkyrie.
Valkyrie here, go ahead.
We have neutralized the threat from the tractor beams. It appears that someone interfaced remotely with the system and programmed the asteroids to careen towards the planet.
Any idea who that someone was?
Well, we've got a forensic copy of the database as it was modified. We've restored the system to factory defaults. We'll return to the ship to find out.
All right, sounds good. Let us know if anything changes. Valkyrie out. I'm gonna turn over to Rogueson. Can you go ahead and hail New SAR, see if any situation has changed, make sure everything's fine? And yeah, go ahead and let them know that we seem to have neutralized the asteroid threat for the time being.
All right. I will. She acknowledges your order and starts up a console and engages in conversation. Let's see how she goes. It's going to be a roll. I don't know why I did. Anyway. There.
Doesn't she have a sheet?
Yes, she does, but I find it easier just to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, she gets on and relays, contacts Commander Kairos, and everything appears to be in order. The SAW are currently were like loading onto their large 1,000+ ships, but now that process has halted and people are starting to return with your update that things are now under control.
You know, there's easier ways to attack a planet. Certainly a planet with that Akira-class starship in orbit.
Unless the plan on our adversary's part was to keep the Akira-class starship in orbit while they conducted some other business. It is worth noting that the Romulans have been active in this sector of space, Captain.
It does seem to have this sneaking some scent of subterfuge about it, doesn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it does.
Let's get an active scan of the system inside the what are we calling this? The grid?
Okay.
The shell. Inside the shell.
Inside the shell. Commander Rogueson is going to do a proper roll. This is going to be a reasoned science.
She's good at this.
She's good at this.
Let's hope so.
She sounds better than our captain, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He probably had the same science stat. What's hers? Like reason 10, science 4?
12.5.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, she has the same stats as me.
She's going to... I'm going to allow her to use her data analysis for this.
Cool.
She's just going to use the 2 rolls, so let's roll it.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so there is an unexpected energy source that she picks up. There is around here on the edge, actually in the middle of the shell.
Oh dear.
Inside the shell?
Inside the shell.
Can you identify it?
As she this was she get a momentum that she's actually using for going to obtain information, so she's not getting that as you ask. It's similar to that the energy we found in that crystal on the colony surveying planet.
What?
It has that.
you have.
Fuck.
Like the I'm not there. Damn it!
Oh, Dr. Jar would it? Do Dr. Jar know what this is?
Maybe.
So yeah, it's the one where the electrical living entities were that had it's
Everybody's back to the Irma, right?
Yeah, are we back? Like heading back to the ship?
So I was gonna do something before we before the scene ended, but you guys got distracted before we went back to the Irma and rejoined, which is I was gonna lock out the subspace relay so that it was coded strictly to our ship.
Yeah, you might want to set it to local instructions only.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing.
all right.
Okay, yeah.
Just
So we haven't left yet.
so give me a difficulty 2 computer reason engineering.
Okay, take
Make
a
the
moment.
password 12349.
It's the same password I have on my luggage.
Okay, so there we go. You lock it out to local instructions only, or do you want it to like just from the ship, the Valkyrie, or do you just want
Local.
it local?
Local.
Yeah,
No-
like that
no-
terminal actually might be the best idea, because then if anyone wants to mess with it, they'll actually have to be onto the station.
Yeah, it's got to require physical input with biometrics.
Okay, so you're able to
Like the network technicians would say, air gap that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to engage engage security protocols and basically there's still some communications, but it's basically just outputting statistics and data.
You put it in read-only mode, except for
so-
that terminal.
Yeah. So the only information there is information coming out, but it won't accept any commands or any. It'll just basically dump whatever it receives in.
Mhm.
And
No, I'm gonna go the extra mile, and I'm actually going to physically remove the chip that lets it receives external communications. Like I'm pulling the Wi-Fi chip out.
okay. So yeah, I will allow that.
Yeah. Nope. But I am air gapping this thing tight.
Is there a way to perhaps make it so that if anyone attempts to contact this console, you can capture the message?
Well, I just removed the ability to do that.
Well, then we won't have to worry.
If that's a good point, it might be better leaving it in just so we can have an idea of who's trying to do it.
Or
Well,
set up a
it's
honeypot.
already been done at this point.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're not there.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna say and go. In the short term, I don't feel comfortable with that. Only because we don't know who interfaced with this yet. And second off, we need more information before we make any further attempts. Let's just be happy that Nusar is safe.
Let's hope that our ride back is smoother than our ride here.
Can't get any worse, can it?
Don't say that. Don't you put that on us.
Said it.
Alright, so I'm gonna have the nameless NPC roll to see how well you transport, and congratulations.
So
Give
Baz-
it momentum.
So Baz is about
Oh,
to spend
wait, you won't
10
be fine.
threat too.
Yeah, right.
You actually beams your ball with no problem and get an extra
Yeah.
momentum. So congratulations. You're back on board the Irma with no issue.
Okay, so you guys are back on the Irma.
Yep, and we're heading home.
I'm going to instruct Rogueson to send our recent sensor data over to our chief science officer.
Okay, that's a neat. Do we want it like specially encrypted or like what do you want it to, like?
Yeah, at this point, because we're in a combat situation, might as well encrypt the data.
Okay, so I'll make it. This will be a security, I think. It should be a security role.
What's the fun like to assist?
Of course.
Stefan would probably prefer to do it himself, and then
Also better.
the Roxon assist by sending it.
That works. What am I
It's
rolling?
so good I can't open the email.
So do a reason security. Sorry.
Reason security. All right, I'm going to take a momentum here.
Okay.
And do any of my focuses apply here?
I
That means
know.
an
Let me
encryption.
check.
Wouldn't that fall under espionage?
That's kind of my thought too, but that's Baz's call.
Ooh. You know what? I will allow it.
Okay, fabulous. All right, here goes.
Yay!
Damn nice.
Okay, so Roxon's not going to have a focus.
It's okay, Roxon.
Oh, that was 19. So.
Whew.
All right. So on the Irma, as you're returning back, you receive a coded information. Some encoded information about the energy readings that were picked up.
Out of character, screw you, Baz. In character, what the actual hell? I take the pilot seat and I'm gonna gun it for the shuttle bay.
Yeah.
I'm just like staring at the tricorder like, what? What?
Our science officer has stopped working.
Looking at it, showing it to Mazaka, looking at it, showing it to Mazaka.
The Zereth.exe has stopped.
All right.
Nice.
Mazaka, are you going to be navigating this bit, or shall be a
Oh,
NPC?
I am driving. I'm
Okay,
pulling
so
the
this will
pedal.
be
I'm doing.
this will just be a difficulty 1 check. Just to
I'm
land.
I'm still taking an extra die because I really, really want to get into the shuttle bay in one turn.
Go for it.
Just for my own clarification, the readings are specific to the life form or specific to the crystal itself?
This is because of you scan the energy with the crystals and the energy and crystals and the energy. This is just the crystal.
What?
So you have different.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah. I was like base level at like a 5 for concern. Now it's way higher.
Well, I hope this crystal doesn't turn out to be some kind of entity of some sort.
Mm-hmm. And there's definitely not a page in the book for this.
No, not at all.
All right, so I'm taking 1 momentum for an extra die. No focuses.
That thing didn't strike me as the subtle type, though.
Maybe it is more than one.
Just speaking out of character. Well, yeah, there are millions if Stowe is any indication, and we've killed them all, but
Well, I mean, no, we only killed 1 in Stowe, but
she just killed the same one again and again and again.
yeah. And then
Okay,
the engine's
so-
on for the ship, right?
So the difficulty 1 is enough to get the ship, the Irma in and land in the one.
Woo!
turn.
2 extra momentum.
And we get momentum.
So yes,
All right, so they're in. They're docked.
Yep.
they're
Set a
in-
course. Set a course
Captain?
for that power signature.
Okay, as you're starting to move, you detect like a surge in the energy.
Yeah.
Can you give me another sensor scan to see what the Valkyrie passively?
Absolutely.
Please do so.
All right. Reason science. Do I have a focus?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'll grab the ship. That's sensor science. Right.
Sensor science.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty on this will be 2.
Is that reduced due to the sensors?
That's with everything in consideration here in the chapter. That's
Okay.
two.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Whenever I type.
Yeah, we do have advanced answers.
All right. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna take a momentum.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got
Cause
it.
I'm
Let's use it.
paranoid.
No, we've always had the best of luck with crystals and energies.
Just ask Dr. Jar. Although she was unconscious that last time we had such good
Okay,
luck.
so you max out on the momentum.
Yes.
As you scan, filled in on getting a finer detailed scan of the region, it's there is a crystal, but it's embedded. No, it's the crystal is actually part of some kind of well, for better word, for what appears to be an engine that has been somehow attached to a large asteroid, and the engine is firing.
I wonder what
Wait,
the
are we
crystal
talking?
was.
Wait,
What?
so
So
someone
the crystal
attached
is,
to a warp engine to a crystal?
no, it's not a warp engine. It is basically an impulse engine. It's basically a powerful thruster that is taking an asteroid and driving it towards New Sol.
Okay.
What the
okay.
fuck? Yeah, no.
Okay.
Intercept course now.
With my free obtain information with my science thing, can I determine the make of the engine or like the energy signature?
Like, is it Romulan or?
Yeah, is it Romulan? Is it like Federation?
This is that weird hodgepodge we encountered
Yeah.
last time we were here?
The engine is addressed. It is a very different, unique design of an engine. Because using a crystal is a very unusual energy source. So it's not easily identifiable quickly as any particular. It could be Romulan. It could be something else entirely. At the moment, you're not entirely sure with just the one momentum. But
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
How many zones away is it right now?
it's going to be 2 zones.
At full impulse, how many zones can we move in a turn?
So you're about 3 at the moment. So you can go at impulse 1, or you can do a intersystem warp and go 2.
I think that's a question of spending power, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is a power spend, but I want to know how close this thing's going to get to New Star by the time.
So,
Even at full impulse, you might have to go to warp. And that's not fun outside of a system. Especially this system.
Do we have any floating momentum?
no
No.
floating momentum. That was exactly.
Damn
I mean,
Why
you
don't
can
I have
still use a
Juliet?
momentum. You can still use a momentum, but it's not
Yeah,
floating. It's
What's the
not-
question you want to ask?
I want to. Can I do another scan to try and get more information on the make of the thing?
I will allow you to spend 1 momentum if you want to try and do some of the finer details, like some of the exact.
If not, find out like the exact make. Find the trajectory that it traveled to get here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend.
Yeah.
a
That
minute.
might not be worth anything considering how large space is.
So as
That's fair.
So from your initial scans, the asteroid seems to be just a natural part of the shell. But as you look deeper into the details of the actual engine, you see a small component, something that's easily overlooked, but it's Romulan. It's a Romulan component that you've been able to identify. While the overall design is could have been anyone, this particular thing you're able to identify it as Romulan.
That's why they were on that planet. Among 8 million other reasons.
All right. And how large is the asteroid?
The asteroid is about 2 or 3 times larger than the other asteroids. It's much bigger.
So we're looking at an ELE asteroid.
At least significant damage to the environment of the planet. Maybe not quite LE level, but still significant damage. Which, by the way, now that you're thinking about LE and the transporter and the tractor beams, you are reminded of another planet that was destroyed by tractor beams and asteroids.
Yep.
Planet near Romulan space.
Yep.
Motherfucking Romulans.
God damn it.
Yeah, that first mission we went on, Stefan.
While I do not share Masaka's use of colorful metaphor, I do share his intent.
We need to intercept this thing immediately. And what's our plan? We destroy it? Do we set it off course?
An object of that size, our phasers may not be able to affect, Captain.
Yeah, regardless, we need to get as close as we can. Alvarado, take us to warp.
Alright, so you've used 3 power with this warp. Have you been taking care of that?
Yeah, that puts us at 4.
Okay. So you're within one quick within the system warp jump, and you're right by the planet, not in orbit, but the asteroid is basically going to pass right in front of you as it heads to New Sol. So that's now the asteroids go, and it's now there.
Great.
Hang on, I'll actually use an asteroid since I've got the art asset for it. It's not quite that big.
Oh God!
Bruce Willis. Oh shit!
I think I saw that movie. It was Armageddon and had Bruce Willis in it.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to take our phasers and we're gonna have to drill a hole into it, and then we're gonna launch the torpedo.
Yeah, we have.
I love that movie so much. It's so bad, but it's so good.
All right.
I want to close my eyes.
Is there any way that we could remotely remove the engine from within the asteroid?
I wouldn't do anything. The momentum's still carrying it.
What if we were able to use the engine to change its course?
That's an idea. But do we have any way to, interface with the engine?
It had some way to interface with the...
Perhaps remotely. We'll see if they are stupid enough to fall for that.
From your initial scans, there is a communication system that seems to be in there. There doesn't seem to be any way to control the engine, though. It's just on or off, as far as you can tell. There is no navigating. Once the engine is active, it's active and is going to go wherever it's going to go.
And at this point, turning it off would make no difference.
Turning it off would make no difference.
Turning it off would keep it from gaining more forward momentum.
And not only
That's
that,
true.
there's another thing we can do if we turn the engine off. We can then try to use our tractor beam to nudge it, or at least rotate it, so that when the engine is pointing in a different direction, we can change its course.
Would it not self-correct at that point? Perhaps it's programmed to directly attack your star.
We'll have to deal with that as it comes, but I'm just giving you an option, sir.
So,
Yeah, if it does start to correct its course, we can destroy the engines.
So, as part of what I said, there isn't any navigational ability to the asteroid. It's just basically pushing forward and only forward. So, if you were
That's not what I said.
To
I was saying we could then turn off the engine, use the tractor beam to alter its course,
Yep.
turn the engines back on.
Yep. So if you were to do that, that would force the asteroid at a different angle, but it would not self-correct back towards New Thor.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good plan then.
Cool.
Is it
let's
possible
do
for us
that.
to well, let's do now. Let's get the asteroid out of the way of New Thor, and then we can think about investigating it.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, let's try and turn that thing off remotely.
Okay. And okay, so who wants to handle this?
I believe that is the security mode.
So it'll be a difficulty 4 check. However,
Is it going to be engineering?
Security.
So
gotta hack it.
it could be engineering, could be security, depending on how you want to approach this.
I think my espionage focus would definitely apply to this.
And
given what we're doing.
And I'd be happy to assist by comparing it with the code we retrieved from the tractor beam.
Yep. All
Yep.
right.
All
So it'll be a difficulty
Oh.
4. The Mzaka and the ship will be assisting. The ship will be assisting with computers or communications. Actually, it'll be communications.
And what am I rolling?
So you will be rolling reason security.
Okay.
Not control?
Not control, because this is not about fine navigational fine detail. This is about knowing about how security systems work.
It's
Okay,
maths.
so I'm going to do 2 things here. I'm going to burn my determination.
Yep.
Which one? Oh, you mean the directive? I guess. Protect New Star.
If that's an option, sure.
Is it?
I don't think that was never really a directive, because this was only meant to be a diplomatic thing, and so you're going to be here then gone. So
Yeah.
you were never
Always
really
prepared, always vigilant is the value I'm calling
Yes, I will accept that.
on. Okay, and I'm going to spend a moment to gain an extra die.
Okay.
And okay, finish what the Valkyrie was rolling, because I think Steph wants to roll that.
Yeah, sorry, was it communication security?
I will. Yes, communication security.
Cool.
That's right up our baby's wheelhouse. So proud. And then what am I rolling for my assist?
You'll be doing reason engineering.
Okay.
Alright.
Does my computer focus apply to assist?
Your computer focus will apply.
Excellent.
Oh,
Glad
God.
I- glad I
Good thing
spent
for that value.
Yeah, so let's see. That's 3 successes for me, 4, 5, 6.
6. So
Cool.
that is you get 2 momentum back,
Whew.
and you're
Looking
able
forward.
to turn off the engine. Knowing it's Romulan actually helps. With Romulan Mzaka, some insight from Mzaka from the code that he was able to look at from the tractor beam, and just the badassness of the Valkyrie. You're able to find a communication pathway to the engine, and single packet, and the engine flips off.
Okay. Time for planned tractor beam rotation.
Yep.
Okay, so this will also be a difficulty
Fly
4.
it-
Because
Fly it into the sun.
this will also be a difficulty 4 because this is a massive asteroid.
Undertaking.
Take as much momentum as you want, Dawn.
Can I assist with this somehow?
I'm gonna allow you. You've got astrophysics, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna allow you to use your astrophysics knowledge to help with the placement of the tractor beam, so it actually turns the thing.
Awesome.
All right, yeah, I'm going to spend 3 momentum for 2 extra dice here.
Okay. And the
And this is control security, yes?
so that'll be control security for you. It'll be reason science for Thesareth, and structure security for the Valkyrie.
All right.
All right, I'll handle the Valkyrie.
There's 3.
4.
5.
Yes!
Whew.
So you get one of those momentum back as you put the tractor beam. The asteroid keeps going, but it starts to turn. I don't even know how to rotate this in.
Just have it. Let's say it's going underneath the planet now, basically.
So it's still moving towards the planet, but the arrangement of the asteroid has changed. So it's now the engine is now pointing away from.
Where is it pointing? Is it pointing towards the sun? Is it pointing towards the asteroid belt?
Where do you want it to point to? Because
if we can do a directly 180 turn, maybe we can actually halt the asteroid entirely so we can study it.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to destroy it and fling it into the sun?
No, I want to examine this thing. First off, I want to examine the crystal and then the Romulan technology inside it.
Because that's potentially a life form and alien technology. That's hard to pass up.
Kind of a gold mine. Yeah,
That's true.
Right.
I'm gonna say you can only really rotate at 90 degrees because more than that is just a bit too much of an effort.
That's fine.
If you want to spend 2 momentum, I think I will allow you to do that. But as it stands, just for the roll,
Let's spend 2 momentum.
I would like to say, I actually have a better idea.
Okay.
Let's pull it into orbit around New Sor as a new moon.
No, absolutely not.
Here's the problem, though. If we the 90 degrees we're gonna have, we're either gonna send it into the asteroid field where it's gonna be too dangerous to study, or we send it into the sun.
And I'm assuming it's way too big for us to
Stop.
actually stop or bring on board, right? Like it's super huge.
yeah. You definitely won't be able to. You might be able to bring a small section of it aboard, but the whole asteroid, no.
Captain, I concur with Commander Mazaka. Maneuvering asteroids into orbit is something Vulcan did frequently in its pre-warp civilization days.
It's also something new Alpha Centauri gets. The problem is that there's that crystal there that we still know very little about.
This would give New Sor and the Federation an opportunity to study it in detail.
I'm hesitant to bring something like that aboard the near New Sor, especially if that's not something the Romans may be counting on.
What about the
They
first
know
planet?
they know our operating procedures.
What if we fling it to the first planet's orbit then?
That's probably doable. I don't want to in orbit around a populated planet. It's fine. Hesitation.
All right, so you're heading it towards the inner red Martian / Mercury-like planet.
So basically, I pull up a course and we'll slingshot it around New Sar and at an angle that it gets captured by the smaller planet.
Yeah, we're going to follow it every step of the way.
Okay.
Maybe keeping the tractor beam on it for course correction.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. To pull up the course, can I get someone to do a reason con?
Since it's my plan, I guess I will do that. What's the difficulty?
Can I assist with some sciencey stuff?
Yeah, I will allow your astrophysics to assist because it'll be using gravity and other kind of stuff to kind of plot that out. So it'll be a difficulty 3.
All right, I'm gonna spend 1 momentum for an extra dice.
The Valkyrie will assist with a computer's con as well.
Nice. Yeah. Someone else want to get the computer's con?
Yeah, I'll roll for the ship. Or not.
No, that was Cesaris helping me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me roll for the ship.
Yep.
We are doing Computer's Con.
Computer's con.
Come on, baby, roll together.
Okay, you got the 3 you needed.
Yep.
So you used the momentum, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So you've got you set a course now. You just need to time the reactivation of the engine correctly. So can you give me a control con? This will be a difficulty 2.
I will do that again because I have a good con score still.
So it'll be control engineering.
Control engineering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is basically sending a computer packet to activate the engines again.
So then I'm assuming my focus will apply
Your
here.
focus will apply.
And I'm taking another momentum because I want to make sure I do not smash this thing into Nusor.
Okay, and the Valkyrie will assist with a communications con.
Wow,
So-
let's re-roll that one.
Yeah, I'm spending the two momentum for. You know what? No, I'm gonna spend my value to re-roll this.
Okay.
Because then you can reroll all the other one too. Yeah.
Yeah. This is me thinking outside the ship design box, maybe.
Ozzy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to allow this because you make thinking about an asteroid as a ship, which is unusual. So I will allow it.
Just a touch.
Oh, okay.
Better.
Woo.
Just a smidge.
Who's rolling for the Valkyrie?
I think I already did. No, wait. This is a separate roll.
This is
Separate roll.
Let me roll it.
Communications con for this one.
Communications. Not an option.
What? On
Wait,
the
no,
ship?
wait. Never mind. Sorry. Brain fart. Yeah,
Okay.
you got nothing.
So you get 2 momentum. Yeah, you program the ship to activate the engines right on time, and according to your plot that you laid out, the asteroid is well on track.
And it's going around the red planet.
It is going to eventually end up around the red planet, but it's got a bit of a journey just yet to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna take like weeks or months to really do this.
Or even
That'll
years.
give us
I mean,
time
it's
to
just solar
examine it.
highway.
Okay, so give me a census
You're
scan. Just to keep track of the asteroid's movement. It'll be a difficulty 1.
And my astro stuff still applies.
Astrophysics will still apply.
Oh,
Jesus.
You
You.
So that
I'm gonna spend momentum to get rid of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
re-roll.
So you can either spend a momentum to re-roll, 2 momentum to re-roll, 2 momentum to cancel out the
complication.
complication.
You said it was a difficulty 1, so I'll just cancel the thing.
Okay. So down to 3 momentum,
But gain 1.
but gain 1. So lose 2, gain 1. So that's down net -1. So down from 4 to 3. And everything is in order as the asteroid moves. It does its slingshot maneuver, and around down here. That's where it'll end up anyway. So I'm not gonna, but it's moving on its trajectory. It's going to take a while for it to do it, but as you're examining, looking at all the other space objects in the area, you've accounted for everything in this, and it's right on track. So with that, what are you going to do as the asteroid is on its way?
All right, let's figure out what the hell is going on here.
Captain, I would recommend attempting to collect any Romulan technology we find on the asteroid's surface. Starfleet Command will need to know about this, and directing an asteroid toward a planet could be considered an act of war.
Possibly. We can probably assume any Romulan technology to be self-destructive in nature, correct?
It does seem to be their modus operandi. However, there is a chance we could bring it back intact.
There's a
There's
chance
also,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's also a chance they didn't expect us to recover this asteroid. So
Or that if we did, that we would send it into the sun.
I mean, we're loose cannons, but we're not that loose. All right, let's still treat this as a ticking time bomb. It probably is.
Should we? Is there anything left to learn from the data packet that we downloaded?
That's a good question. Yeah, we're also going to need to
Okay,
examine that.
so if you're going to examine that fully, give me a insight. I'm going to allow either engineering or security, so you can choose which one you want to go
They're
for.
the same number for me.
Well,
But if someone, I don't mind helping someone.
Safan, how's your insight security?
Well, you know my security is good. Let me see. My insight, it's not bad.
What would the total be?
13.
Okay, I should probably take the lead on this because my insight engineering is 15.
All right, I will let Safan and Mazaka deal with this then.
Okay, yep. So I will allow you, as you guys approach it from different angles, each do your insight discipline roll. And this will be a difficulty 2.
For both
Okay.
of us? Or is this one of us assisting the other?
I'm
One of
assisting you.
Yeah. So you're leading, Safan is assisting you. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
All right. Do any of
Computer
my
focus?
focuses apply?
Mzaka's computers.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say no for Safan.
Okay.
God damn it, Safan.
God damn!
Whoops.
Okay, so
Please
you
spend that.
got
Spend that
the,
number and attempt to re-roll, please.
Or
Yeah.
at least just wipe out the. Complication.
okay, so you're down to 1 momentum now.
It was difficulty 2, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
difficulty 2.
You sure you want to re-roll? Should give it a chance for a success. Get that momentum back.
I mean, if it's 2 momentum to do that, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll re-roll it. There
Yeah,
you go.
that's better.
Okay, that puts us at 2 momentum in case we never need to make any advantages.
Okay, so as you scan, go over the packet, it is, knowing it's Romulan, you're able to see some fine details. Yes, this was a Romulan data packet from somewhere in the area. It was nearby, but you're not getting any kind of directional information about where exactly, but it's from in the system. It was
Captain,
triggered.
there is likely a Romulan war still in the system.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. It might be our commander friend who we encountered earlier.
That would be my
But-
intuition as well.
That surprised me. He didn't seem the vindictive sort.
If he is around, then we have a problem. Because we can't handle taking on a Daenerys-class warbird and keep the asteroid under our protection, as well as protect Nusar. We are only one ship.
Can we disable the engines? Make sure they can't fire up again?
That'll be a phaser strike if you want to try and accurately do that.
Or just command them remotely to shut down.
Or self-destruct.
That's the problem,
no,
though.
I don't want. No.
This is the problem, though. If we go for the non-phasery one, there is a very good chance that that we're not going to be able to get any information on them.
Good point.
But that's also the situation that's most likely to protect New SAR.
So, Mzaka, give me an inside engineering roll, difficulty 2.
Okay. Focuses?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what focus, but you do. So you think you might just be able to transport the engine itself off? That's the only way. I mean, there is this. If you can communication, like shield the communication or shut the communication off, then it will have no issue with the damaging the Valkyrie. And without the engine, there's no way for them to control the movement without itself being attracted in.
Okay, I regurgitate that to the captain.
Yeah, no, get it done.
All right. So transporters, that'd be a control engineering check.
Control engineering. I will sensors engineering for the Valkyrie.
And how difficult is this?
So this will be a difficulty 2.
All right, I'm taking 1 momentum. I don't trust myself with just 2 die.
Depending on if you like, do you want to do the communication block out as well, or do you like at the same time, or will you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do it simultaneously because I know Romulan technology is super finicky, and that whatever I do, if I try and shut it down, it might trigger like a self-destruct.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it might yeah.
So this will make that a difficulty 3 as you're basically lopping off the signal, the receiver.
Does using the Valkyrie's sensor suite reduce that back to 2?
It's all 3. I'm taking this all into account.
Yeah, this is pretty hard. Yeah, I'm taking that momentum for an extra die. And thank God I have a focus in transporters.
Oh yeah,
Worth it.
Okay.
Come on,
Valkyrie?
No help from Valkyrie, sorry.
No help, but you do get the momentum back. So at the end of it, you fine tune your tractor beam to pick the engine up off the asteroid, but shielding, like excluding just the antenna, the receiving part, leaving the computer innards intact for you to examine later, and that all just materializes in one of the transporter rooms.
The engine?
Bay.
I don't even think that thing
Or
would fit in
wherever
the hangar.
I mean, or where
You can just beam it out into space.
Yeah, here's what I was doing. I'm literally going to beam it like 100 feet back from where it was at stationary, no momentum, so that the asteroid is going away from it.
Yeah, you are right. It would be too big to do that, but you've got enough room to beam it in space as you were. So it's now on its own, disconnected from the asteroid.
All right. We should probably inform those yachts so they can return to orbit around New SAR.
Really, they've pretty much already returned to orbit. Once the big asteroid came in, they knew they couldn't do anything.
Yeah. All right. We should probably let New SAR what's going on. Let's inform them of the situation and also about a possible Romulan orbit that may be in the area. Last thing we want to do with our new friends is leave them in the lurch.
Baz, how far are we here from the twin planets that were destroyed by the asteroid impact?
So this is it's a fair way away. So the twin planets were very near Romulan space. This is closer to Klingon space.
Okay.
So
it's like sectors away.
So it would be about 1 or 2 sectors away. Let's say 2 sectors away.
Yeah, that's pretty far. Just wait, this Romulan's name's gonna turn out to be Balak or something.
I mean, if you wanted the name, we got it.
God.
So
I
so you have his last name, Commander Pelus, Pelus, but
I was making a joke, but only.
No, I actually went ahead and tried to get information from Starfleet Intelligence. And I passed that over to, Stefan.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him doing that.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, first things first, we have 2 tasks to complete. We got to examine this asteroid, and we have to dig into that data packet that you downloaded.
so you've already sort of done that.
Okay, so
Yeah, we've done
Yeah, as far as the data packet, it's a very small data packet. It's basically just a simple command to activate the dormant programming on the tractor beams. There's no real data of any real significance in that one.
It's more useful because we can use it to tell Romulan data structure more than anything.
Yeah, you're able to confirm that's Romulan and that it was from a fairly local area. That was the information you're able to get out of that.
I'm still confused as to why they would disable the tractor beams. Was it an attempt to distract us, as if we wouldn't see an extremely large asteroid among the rest of them?
No,
has there been anything new from New Star lately?
You haven't. I mean, as Roxon, as you've been talking, Roxon's been on communications to talking back with Carlos, and nothing seems to be happening down there.
This was a distraction.
Had to be.
I concur.
What are they distracting us from?
Well, they obviously first they were trying to distract us from the large asteroid. I think we probably got ahead of them here. And I don't think they would have anticipated us to solve this asteroid crisis with the solution we did come up with. There's a Daenerys out here. And it's waiting.
And there's no way we can find it.
Not necessarily. Those 3 yachts, how are their like sensor matrices? Are they like decent?
They're nowhere near the Valkyries, but they're.
I know. I understand. They don't have to be near us. Could
Captain.
we?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, let me finish.
Oh wait. There was a situation on the Romulan border a few years back during the Klingon Civil War where Captain Picard used a Tetryon detection grid to pick up a fleet of cloaked Romulan warbirds. We don't need to cover the neutral zone. We just need to cover a new SAR. Do you think between us and the yachts we could do that?
I believe it was a tachyon detection grid, but it does seem doable.
Maybe with a couple runabouts, we could possibly do it. But obviously, all we need to do is just not approach New SAR.
Yeah. So the tachyon detection grid will detect if something passes through it. So
the detection grid was only useful because we knew where the ships had to go. To remain invisible, all you would need to do is just not breach the grid.
If they're staying away from New SAR, that's all we need. That allows us to focus on the asteroid.
Someone breathing into their mic?
Not that I know of. But it could be
Okay.
me, because I just started moving.
Yeah, that could be it. What do you think? Drop a couple runabouts, have the yachts form a detection grid, and then we can focus on the asteroid?
I wish there were some way to install the tachyon detection grid devices in the asteroids themselves. We wouldn't need many, but something that would monitor the entire inside of the system could
That
keep
might
a
be
Romulan ship from having the freedom to maneuver.
That might be worth bringing up to Admiral Herbert next time we see her.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's something beyond our capabilities.
I'm just wondering if the focus on Nusar is meant to happen, if that's what they think we should, if that's what they're trying to get us to look at. When maybe we should focus outside of the shell.
Well, there's only 2 gas giants.
Is there anything else happening nearby, perhaps outside the system? Anything coming up on the Federation network?
As far as give me a say reason command.
Reason command, I can do that.
Definitely one.
I can definitely do that. No, I can't. Fuck!
Oh my god!
I like to spend 2 to reroll that one complication.
Or just burn a value and reroll both dice.
I don't have any applicable values.
Oh no.
Okay, so spending the 2 momentum, reroll 1 dice. Okay.
Whew, worth it.
So you're not getting anything really. It just seems to be there's no extra information coming out from anywhere. No large-scale Romulan attack. No kind of activity that you can see from the Federation news sources and from intel reports and what other information you're getting in. Nothing seems to be happening in terms of the Romulans outside this system.
We're trying to Occam's razor this, of course. I have to assume it's Romulan. It could be a false flag, but it seems like an awful lot of work. And nothing's happening with the industrial replicator facility?
That seems to be working. That part of the communication that's working within expected parameters. Nothing unusual is happening out with it at all.
I know that Rogeson did a scan of like the general area. Can I do a wide net scan?
What are you looking for with the scan?
Just for like anything that would maybe be of interest to Romulan eyes.
Okay. Give me a difficulty 3. Yeah, scanning. Reason science. For you, census science for the Valkyrie.
I'm gonna burn a determination if I can. Can I use my value always something to learn?
Yes, I'm gonna allow that.
All right. And does my astrometrics, astrophysics, whatever apply?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Oh,
Another complicated. Jesus Christ!
Great. Someone roll for the ship.
Okay, I got it. Oh, you got it.
Let's see. Hang on. What am I rolling?
Census science.
Sensor science. All right. Come on. Let's do this. There we go.
All right. Now I have a
That's
save.
4 successes, which you can use 2 momentum to burn off the complication.
So it was difficulty 3.
It was difficulty 3, but I have technical
Oh.
expertise, which means whenever I use sensors, I can re-roll 1d20.
Okay, re-roll
Nice.
it.
That's okay. I don't
yeah.
care.
That's fine.
Better
Close
than it
enough.
was. Yeah.
Okay, with
All
the,
right. So
with the roll.
plus my value, so it's 4.
Yeah. So with the determination spent, you get a good idea of the planets, how they work, the mineral makeup, the asteroids. There not any specific item that you think might attract the Romulans' attention, but the system generally is very mineral and all rich.
Okay.
Could it be us? Was this an act of revenge?
Or an act of measuring our ability.
Or they just wanted to take out New Sor.
What's so important
Also
about
a
this
possibility.
planet?
It may not even be about importance about the planet. It may be as simple as denying us a new ally.
I think we've exhausted all the answers we can get right now. We need to start examining this asteroid and figure out why in the world one of the crystals is on it.
And if it's alive.
So you do know that there are no energy life forms in it. The scan that you have done were able to confirm that.
It's just an empty crystal.
An empty crystal that had energy in it, but not one of the life forms from the planet.
Huh. It has energy in it, though.
So, yeah. So from
So
your
it was like,
from your scans, you would believe that it was the energy source for the engine.
weird. Okay. I don't like that.
Thazareth,
Yes.
scan the crystal. Determine what energy type it is.
All right. I will do that.
It's not one of the life forms.
Is there also, while I'm scanning to find out what kind of energy it is inside, or that was, like, if there's just traces left, can I also try to determine if this was a replicated crystal or a native crystal?
Okay, so give me a difficulty. I'm going to say 2. Reason science. Backed up by
All right.
census science.
I'm going to take that momentum and I'm going to go fishing. If that's
Ship
cool
us
with
some
you.
out of that.
Yeah, no, go for it.
All right, molecular analysis, I'm assuming.
Yes, that will apply.
Got one from the ship.
So a total of 6.
Nice.
So that was difficulty 2, so 4 momentum.
Good.
Okay, so the energy that you're able to tell is... It's not electrical energy. It's so, like, with just going back to Dr. Vrenz, he used basically a fusion generator to insert power into this, and this is very similar method, but it's it's just the frequency and nature of it would suggest that it was a Romulan fusion. So it's basically the same thing, but just Romulans pump power into it. You're not able to get much more about that from the actual energy that's in it itself. It's the same sort of energy that was on the planet.
Sorry, go ahead.
As far as your free momentum spend, which I'm using for the replicator / original question, this is an original crystal. This was not replicated.
All right.
Which means they've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, they would have had to be there to...
Oh wait, no, we didn't.
No, they were on the other planet.
Yeah.
They seem to enjoy messing with energy.
And they seem to be following our track specifically.
Suddenly, I want to ask that question about what was its trajectory before we altered its course again.
Yeah, that's
saw her.
why I asked. know where it originated from.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good point. But no, this was an asteroid that was inside the shell that was manipulated.
I don't know.
We never
No,
got
that's
that.
what he
So
said.
that is, yeah. So this was originally within the shell. So
Okay.
it didn't come from outside the system. This was naturally
Oh,
occurring within
okay.
the system.
So this is a natural phenomenon in this system.
The shell is, apparently. Yeah, but the
Right,
asteroid came from the system, but obviously the crystal and the thrusters did not.
I'm just going to delete the asteroid because that's now out of danger for Newsor. It's been
I think we've right now we're still in the realm of theoreticals. We need to get onto that asteroid and find out what the hell's going on in there. The crystal, like, it's not even an efficient power source. It's just a battery.
But it's a power source that wouldn't have been recognized.
Except by
Or
us.
traced back to Romulus.
Except by us, exactly.
The Romulan tech on board. That would have been traceable, but they probably would have planned for that to be destroyed by the impact.
Exactly. And on top of that, we were only able to determine that it was Romulan technology because of a minor component.
So, okay,
It feels weirdly personal.
let me just lay this out, both in character and out of character. Asteroid planets with the dog creatures destroyed. After that, we had the the event here on Nusor, and then after that, we had the crystals, and then after that, we had the power mages, and now we're back at Nusor.
That is the basic, step by step what the missions were. Yes.
Cool. Okay. And 3 of those now seem to involve Romulans in some way.
Okay. Can someone give me insight command check?
Ooh,
I mean,
you know
my
what? I could
insight's
do that.
7. I got command.
Yeah, I think this is the
Okay. I'm gonna get a dice.
Someone can more than one of us do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone
I'm
can
gonna
do it if they want to do it.
Okay.
Just imagine Thazareth like doing like a beautiful mind, like talking out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm grabbing a dice.
I'm not going to grab a momentum, but I am going to make the roll. And Baz, would my espionage or any of my other focuses for that matter apply?
I'm gonna say espionage applies.
And Misaka's got a decent insight score and a not too terrible command, so I'm gonna roll 2.
So it is a difficulty 2, just so you know. There we go.
Can I talk him in anthropology?
Anthropology. You know what? I'm going to allow anthropology.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's cultural studies.
Yeah.
And people say it's a soft science.
Okay, so you used the momentum and got back maxed the momentum out again. So Mzaka and Captain, you realise that they might have gotten the crystals before you visited the planet. Everything about this seems to be, it's a natural thing. They might have gotten the idea from seeing you near Romulan territory visit a planet that was destroyed by asteroids. So that might have been the trigger, and you just happened to visit places that they had already been, and the plan was already in motion from your initial visit to the twin dead worlds. That's what you see. That's the only conclusion that makes sense, because this is everything else has been subterfuge and mystery and untiable back to the Romulans in every other method. But that's the only way that this makes sense to you.
that we're chasing them, basically?
Yes.
Which means that they plan to attack New Sor, and this was the plan all along, and we just happened to have experienced all of these things to be able to counteract it. What a hell of a coincidence.
Do we examine the asteroid, or do we try and contact the warbird?
If we sent out a broad frequency hail, they might be tempted to respond.
He did last time, but that was because he was under pressure.
He might want to gloat.
Possibly.
Or, knowing Romulans, our captain's pretty good at gloating himself, and nothing gets a Romulan agitated like being outfoxed or outsmugged.
I just cracked my knuckles. Yeah, you know what? Roxon, or Safan, set up a, open a channel, all frequencies.
Channel open.
To the Romulan warbird lurking inside the system. It didn't work out quite as much as you've planned, huh? And I actually started standing up and walking from my chair. So we found your crystal. We found your little play toy inside the asteroid. We've gotten as many scans as we can off it, of course, and that's going to be sent off to both Starfleet Intelligence and the Cleveland Empire. That's going to be fun. This might be considered an act of war, which I'm sure your subterfuge is not to have with. How do you think the Tarsier is going to take that? Not well. That's not what I'm planning. Yeah. So how about this? If you decloak and you power down your weapons, your shields, we could probably talk about this. Not this turning into a big, nasty firefight in kind of a, closed arena. And then you don't have to be sent home packing with your tail between your legs before you get assassinated by the very people you work for. How's that sound?
Give me a command presence check.
I don't suppose there's any way I can assist on this.
Do I have a focus in being an asshole?
Oh
no, I'm going to use my determination. My value is going to be sometimes you have to tell authority where to shove it.
Okay.
And I'm grabbing a die.
Okay.
I love Ted.
so much.
No, but do I get command presence as a focus?
Yes, I will. You are, yes.
Thank you. That's 5.
Yay. So I just need to check what his stuff is.
Oh, I thought you had already rolled that for some reason.
No, that was the earlier roll. That was the insight
gotcha.
roll.
Oh, so it was. You rolled insight command on that one too, though.
Yeah, was it presence
shit.
command?
I rolled insight command. Well, then that means that I actually get another success because I'm at 13.
Okay, so
Six successes.
6 successes. You.
I am very good at pissing people off.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so at the moment you have 4 floating momentum. They rolled a 2 success to combat your presence. So
If and when they have us use that create an advantage, wherein if and when they respond, we gain their precise location out of them doing so.
okay, yep, that'll work. You've gotten the Romulan really riled up with that statement, and without activating some of the protections that they normally would, you receive a hail. It is Commander Palace.
Mr. Stefan on screen.
On screen, Captain.
He doesn't decloak, but you do get a hail.
And of course, before we do that, I signal obviously to spawn to start tracking him. Yeah, no. So yeah.
Would you do I do a roll to start tracking him? Is that a thing, or does it just happen because of the stuff that we?
Because you're using 4 momentum to do it, you're able to get the information you need to lock on to it with your sensors. So you've basically got a sensor lock on it from the communication information.
And we never powered down our weapons, right? And kept those on.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, we're still at red alert.
Yeah, we're still at red alert.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's answer the hail.
As he's answering, I go, make sure to calibrate one of our quantum torpedoes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that one of the quantum torpedoes have been pre-calibrated for the
Yeah, the quantum burrito.
Yeah.
Quantum burritos.
Ooh.
That's like the burrito I ate this morning.
It is a burrito, but it isn't a burrito. Quantum burrito.
In the future, all restaurants are Taco Bell.
I thought it was Pizza Hut.
That sounds like a terrible future.
It was. It was run by Stu.
And just as he comes on screen, you hear a dun 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 to be continued. As we
Called that one.
That's fair. That was pretty late.